Welcome back to another episode of What the Fuck Are the Planets Doing Today? I'm your host, Brooke, and how you feeling? Y'all feeling all right? So today we have the sun officially at 27 degrees within a 2-degree orb of that grand water trine with Jupiter and Saturn within a 2-degree orb of trining Neptune. So the sun really is in that trine with all three of them. There's a lot that can transpire today. Mercury has officially retrograded back to that 29-degree point and is in that opposition with Uranus. Now, that took place at 6:44 a.m. October 29th was the last time that we had that opposition, be exact, and that was in Sag and Gemini. The Fed cut their rates. South Korea, there was a deal with South Korea, and that was also when the Tanzanian people did what they did. Now, at 7:21 a.m., Mercury is going to start trining Neptune, okay? Because Neptune's at that 29 degrees point, and Mercury's going to start moving into a more exact trine with Jupiter and Saturn. Now, we have 3 planets right now at 29 degrees. So we've got Mercury, Neptune, and Uranus all at 29 degrees. And we know that that 29 degree point is a critical degree. There's usually a lot of upheaval. There's usually a lot of endings. There's usually a lot of lessons that come with that 29 degree point. So with this right here, as I prepared you guys in my Mercury Retrograde video, also in my Taurus full moon video that I made for you all, we could see a lot of accidents. We could see a lot of pew pew. We could see a lot of pew. We could see a lot of things transpire with the Earth, because we do have Uranus in that 29 degree point of Taurus, which is an Earth sign. We could also see a lot of birds. Okay, so if you are traveling, be sure to call in protection. We could hear a lot of news today with that opposition with Mercury, and as you can see, Mercury and the Sun are working into their Cazimi, and that's going to be tomorrow. So the new moon will be at 1:46 a.m. and then the Cazimi will be at 4:22 a.m. So we're going to have the new moon, and then just a couple of hours later, we're going to have that Sun and Mercury Cazimi. It's going to be opposing Uranus. This is going to be one of the new moons that goes off with a bang, just because of that Sun and Uranus opposition, plus the Sun and Mercury Cazimi. And the Sun's going to be at that 28 degree point and then immediately move to 29 degrees with the moon. So not only are we going to have 3 planets at that 29 degree point, we're going to have our 2 luminaries move to that 29 degree point shortly after. However, Mercury's going to be moving backwards and getting out of that 29 degree point. Venus is now conjunct Poseidon in a grand water trine with the North Node, Kronos, and Hades in a sextile with the South Node. So we're truly in the energy of the dark feminine. Really, okay? Because we have Lilith at 24 degrees of Scorpio. So your intuition is going to be extremely heightened. Okay? Listen to what's coming in. Listen to what's being brought up for you. Again, if you travel, listen to your intuition, okay? There could be a lot of accidents There really could be a lot of accidents, specifically as we're building up to this new moon. Keep in mind, full moon's all about releasing. It's all about letting go. So things tend to leave. Things tend to happen. Okay? Call in protection when you travel, truly, okay? Because the last time we had Mercury opposed Uranus was on the 29th of October. There was a lot of accidents. There was a lot of stuff that happened. So we're going to be revisiting a lot of those themes since we are in that retrograde. Now, keep in mind, we're going to have the new moon at 1:46 a.m., okay? And then the Cazimi will be at around 4:22 a.m. shortly after. Now, I will be holding my Scorpio new moon healing circle at 4:30 on the 20th. I'd love to have you there. I do personal readings to show you, help you see how to work with the energy, where it's going to be taking place in your chart, but also go over the astrology for the next 2 weeks and how to work with it. Now, the last time that we had a Mercury Sun Cazimi was on 9/13, and this was when a lot of stuff was dropped with RFK and Tylenol and autism. This is also when the DOD changed their name to DOW, and there was 1,000 troops that were deployed to Louisiana. So, I believe it was the National Guard. We could hear more stuff like that in the news, okay? There could be some new things that are brought to light connected to autism. We could hear more about what RFK's been doing. We can even have new things be disclosed. The biggest theme right now is going to be the JE files. So, there's going to be a lot of twists and turns. And don't believe everything that you see. Okay? Don't believe everything that you see. There's a lot of fake stuff going around. We do have Neptune at that 29 degrees of Pisces. It's all about illusions in the media. Okay? Give me one card for the energy for today, please. Nine of Cups. Ooh, with the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. Continue focusing on your own cup. Continue focusing on what it is that you're building. There could be some news that comes in. There could be people that come together. There could even be opportunities to test your emotions too, specifically with this Mercury opposing Uranus. Now, I love that these two come out together because this does represent wishes, hopes, dreams. I call it my genie in the bottle card, okay? But with it coming out with the 10 of Pentacles, this is telling me that those of you that have truly been doing the work, hitting your triggers, your wounds head on, staying focused on what it is that you're building, keeping your vibration up, there are going to be rewards coming in. There's going to be a lot changing as far as our money is concerned. And it's not anything to be afraid of. However, we're going to see a transfer of power. King, we're going to see a transfer of power as far as the money is concerned. And that has to take place so that good people have money. And the money can be used as a benefit to humanity, okay? We're going to see a lot of towers too, specifically when it comes to the money. So you want to make sure that you're on the right side of things, all right? I love you all. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday. Watch your emotions. There's a lot of energy in water, okay? Ground. It's not happening to me, it's happening for me. And I will see you tomorrow for another update. Also, be on the lookout for my Scorpio new moon lunation update. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.